It's a gym so hot, sometimes it takes a little bit of water to cool down. Or you can get a t-shirt version. Let me pull off this real quick. Oh, yeah. Like this right here. If I get one last button, like this right here, you can get the t-shirt version of it as well. After an 0-2 start to the season, the Daniel Boone Trailblazers got back on the right foot tonight, going 1-0 in the region, getting a shutout 35-0 win over David Crockett. And as you can see, the Musket resides here in Gray, Tennessee. Yeah! Patrick Henry's Cameron Goodspeed has got some good speed, running a 40-yard dash in about 4.5 seconds. So to honor all of those that have served here at Sullivan East, Coach Simmons and his assistant coaches decided to put all the names of East veterans on their helmets this season. It was a rough 1-2 start to the year for the Hampton Bulldogs, but after those first 3 games, Coach Michael Lunsford told his team, we got to buckle down and we got to get better, and the Bulldogs have sure done that, winning 7 straight tonight, including tonight's win against South Green, securing the conference championship for a 2nd straight year. This season, the Honaker Tigers have been known for their passing team, that air raid offense, airing it out all season. But tonight, they became known for another thing, and that was for the defensive play after a stellar effort against Chilhowie. Another big win for Chilhowie. And speaking of Southwest Virginia, the Ridgeview Wolfpack knocked Virginia high out of the playoffs last season in dominating fashion. This time, they would meet in Bristol for our Friday night rivals game of the week with the Bearcats out for revenge. And that's where we go to game number 3. To Bristol, Virginia, our Friday night rivals game again. What a beautiful view over at Gene Malcolm Stadium. Bearcats looking to take down the 3-0 Wolfpack. Final seconds of the first quarter, no score. Jalen Deal takes the handoff for Ridgeview, and he finds pay dirt, walks it into the end zone, putting the Pack up 7-0. Fast forward to the second half, still 7-0 Ridgeview until now. The little read option, and Ryan O'Quinn keeps it in his belly and scampers in for the score to pad the Wolfpack lead to 2 scores. Fourth quarter, O'Quinn dials one up deep to put the game away, but Logan Slakel picks it off, a nice grab to keep the Cats in it. But one of the last chances for Virginia High, this deep pass is going to be picked off. O'Quinn is going to reel it in with just 7 minutes to go in this game, and Ridgeview would end up putting it away with the shutout tonight. They stay perfect, 16-0 the final. Boone had one more task to go tonight before becoming Big 5 champs, and that was Westridge. The Wolves, led by John Dyer in his 2nd year under the helm, and they were locked in from 3-point land in this one. Will Harris is going to drill the tray to put Westridge up early in this one, but Boone will respond. Less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Blazers trailing. Jamar Livingston on the fast break right here. Check this out. Boom! Slam. But on the other end, time winding down, Westridge would get the last laugh here in the first quarter. Parker Lemming hits the buzzer beater, gets a nice little friendly bounce. There you go. And Westridge needed that one because guess what? They're your Big 5 champs. They win by a final of 63-62. And for the past 6 seasons, opening day has been the ETSU Buccaneers' best friend. Their last loss on opening day happening all the way back in 2016. Could the Bucs keep the streak going against the Toledo Rockets? Well, cold one for opening day. Dave Dirks, 40-degree weather to start this one. Top of the first, a rocket line drive. See what I did there? Toledo Rockets. Ashton King leaps up for the web gym grab. How about the bats? Basis juice, bottom of the second. ETSU down 1-0. Tommy Barth with the liner that just gets past the shortstop. That brings in 2 runs, 2-1 Bucks. To the bottom of the third, game knotted up at 2. Runner on third for ETSU. Toledo with the shift on. Bad idea. Cameron Sinceros hits away from the shift for an RBI single. The Bucks had on 12 more runs throughout the game. They snagged their 7th straight opening day victory by a final of 15-2. Now to some games just outside our top 5. Westridge hosting William Blount. Westridge up 21-17 as we start the third quarter, but Brett Cortez takes the read option, waltzes into the end zone, puts William Blount up. But here come the Wolfpack. Ensuing drive, first play, Ethan Amix gets the handoff and says, adios. 80 yards to the house, 4-6. And just like that, Westridge is going to retake the lead later in the quarter. How about more Westridge? Look at Batman doing some push-ups there. He had to do a lot tonight because Westridge, this time they're going to go through the air. Trey Frazier connects with Sawyer Tate for the score. Westridge gets a big win over the Governors, 49-38.
A promise made and kept by a local high school basketball coach has given his team a memory of a lifetime.
And also made one player's dreams come true. Andrew McClung explains how it all went down.
Gate City is a special community. Blue Devil football lineman Jacob Bobo Bowman can attest.
Let's go, Gunner. It means everything. The pride and tradition we have here. It's just an awesome place to be. Wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
Which is why Bobo took a shot this year.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go.
Becoming manager of the basketball team to be with his friends.
He's the heart and soul of this team.
Man, he loves every second being around us.
He's one of us.
I don't know, I love these guys and love being around.
Whether it's playing Guitar Hero or filming for the team, and even working on his jumper with hopes of possibly doing it one day in a game.
Been a part of a lot of championship teams at Gate City, and championships aside, this group is special.
A special group that already won the regular season district championship. Something head coach Chris Fugit wanted to remember by getting a banner.
You know, rolled it out and showed everybody, and Bobo kind of looked over his shoulder and said, "What's number 20 doing by my name? You gonna let me play against DB?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get you in, Bo."
He made his promise, and I believed him, so I had trust in him and his plan.
That plan came to life in the Blue Devils game against Dobbins Bennett. Down 4 with 9 seconds left in the game.
I asked him, I said, "Seniors, stand up here. You know, what do you want? You want me to play Bobo?" And they were like, "Coach," Gunner said, "Coach, put him in. We're gonna win anyway."
Off the inbound pass, Bobo got the ball.
Everybody started jumping all over me. I couldn't believe it at first. It was awesome.
When he hit the shot, I didn't care if we won the game, man. Bobo hit that big shot, and I mean, that was all that mattered to us.
But the script wasn't finished yet. A turnover off the inbound gave Gate City the ball back with just seconds left, giving Gabe Johnson a chance to make a last-second shot to win the game.
Coach Poore from DB told me in the handshake line, he said, "Coach," he said, "that's storybook." He said, that's storybook endings.
A story that wouldn't have been possible without Bobo.
I don't think any of us will ever forget it. It's gonna be a part of our life forever, I think.
It's awesome. Just knowing these guys got my back and will do anything for me.
In Gate City, Andrew McClung, News 5, WCYB. Tradition is a big thing when it comes to high school football, especially when you talk about the Chilhowie Warriors. And even with a new head coach this year, they're hoping to maintain the same standard and tradition set by previous teams.
Again.
Reid Sturgill loves Chilhowie.
It's my home, man. I tell you, I'm very fortunate to be from this place. There's nowhere else I would rather call my hometown than Chilhowie, Virginia.
As a kid, Sturgill watched his dad as head coach for the Chilhowie Warriors football team. Eventually in high school, he would step on the same field.
Looks for an open man, and Reid Sturgill is open in the end zone.
And play under legendary coach Larry Russell.
Reid was one of those that we knew coming up that he had the potential to do big things, and he's a very hard worker, and he loves the game, loves the sports, and a great leader.
Eventually, Russell stepped down, and while Sturgill was in college, Jeff Robinson took over as head coach and brought Sturgill back home as an assistant.
I just kind of followed my heart after college, and this is where I ended up. Go! Catch with your hands, Damien.
For 6 years, that's where he's been, as an assistant for Robinson. And when Robinson decided he would be stepping down this offseason, he knew who he wanted to take over.
Touch chest to the ground, Jordan. Let's go. 5 more.
Reid.
And I saw a lot of potential as a future head coach in him. He comes from good stock, and he loves Chilhowie. He knew these kids, and I just felt like that he was the guy from the job.
This is not an opportunity that's going to be taken for granted. It's really special to be out here and be leading these young men. Good job, Connor. Way to be there, Connor. Way to be there, Connor.
He was a Chilhowie Warrior. Coach Robinson was a Chilhowie Warrior. Coach Russell was a Chilhowie Warrior. It's just been tradition through and through.
A tradition that will continue under Sturgill as a new era begins with him as head coach. And he and his team know it won't be easy after the Warriors finished last season 0-10.
Honestly, I can say our upperclassmen have been very motivated this offseason.
He's grown up through this, and he knows what we expect and kind of what the Warrior pride is.
With it all starting August 25th against Smith County rival Marion.
It's going to be exciting, probably a little surreal, but you know, I'm going to have my guys ready for the moment.